Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back. We are back. Sports season in full bloom. On the ice, off the ice, playoff baseball, NFL football, a lot of stuff going on. Fastest half an hour in the podcast and biz. I'm here with, what a great group of guys I'm here with this week. As usual, been getting a lot of good feedback. Wanted to mention it before we went on the air, but I'll save it for here. I ran into a couple of parents here and there that they casually watch the show. They don't watch it every week, but I'd like to see it be more consistent. And I told them, you got to keep watching. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's gonna be said. And if you blink, you'll miss it. So that's half an hour. So let's get going. Let's get right into it. You ready, fellas? You
Let's do it.
Play flex.
Let's go.
There with Time Master for Suzanne Summers before the podcast. We get it going.
Little warm up with the Suzanne Time Master. There you go.
And all you're left with, I got to break your heart. All you're left with is Joyce DeWitt. So if you like plants and brunettes, it's all you. So let's jump into some usual things. Ed.
Yes, sir.
What is in your bag this week?
Well, today, what is in my bag? Let's not forget, this is Ed's mailbag is brought to you by Brock Street Brewing Company from Whitby, Ontario, Canada. We can't forget about that now. I'm gonna jump past the. I'm gonna save some time here because I think that we're gonna need it here. So don't forget about brockstreetbrewing.com. The hat just fell. Anyway, so this is from Mark from Fairhaven. I think that we're gonna go a little bit longer, so I'm gonna cut the advertisement down a little bit. BrockstreetBrewing.com.
Good
Mark
job.
from Fairhaven. Hello, 1973. Who's the greatest athlete of all time? I'm gonna kick it to you guys.
Hey, Ed, what do you got? You start this week. What do you got for that?
Well, I'm gonna go two times here. Okay, I'm gonna go two times. Okay. All right. Look, for the first half of the 20th century, you're gonna go with Jim Thorpe. The man won 2 gold medals. Okay. He played 6 years of baseball. He played 6 years in the NHL. Back in the day when they were swinging trees as baseball bats, he batted .252. So, first half of the 20th century, I don't think you can debate that. He had his 2 gold medals stripped because allegedly he played, professional ball. That's kind of lame. All right. For the second half, I'm going to go with Deion Sanders, man.
Ooh.
What? Bottom line is that, man.
I like your first pick better.
Well, and that's fine. I'm just gonna read it out right here. Played 14 seasons in the NFL, 2 Super Bowl titles. Let's see. He had 8-time Pro Bowl. Let's see. 14 interceptions. He batted .331 playing baseball. Okay. Let's see. He had what was it? Let's see. And his baseball stats. He batted .261 and with 186 stolen bases. And the thing is that he was the first guy to run a true 4.2 in the 40-yard dash. He really transcended baseball. He truly was the first shutdown corner of the new era, if you will, where they really started to begin to protect the quarterbacks and that type of thing. That's my opinion. It is what it is. Kicking it to you fuckers.
I really like the Jim Thorpe thing. Real quick before we hit the other guys, he won. They stole his shoes during the Olympics, and he won with 2 different shoes that he found in the garbage. Love that story. But Brad, what do you got? Greatest athlete of all time.
I'm gonna go an opposite route. Ed brought stats to prove his point. I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go with true master of his craft, somebody that embodies everything we think of as an athlete and manliness and manhood. Is me that John Daly is the greatest athlete that ever lived, and is a stud. He's only won like 1 PGA championship. Regardless, still go out there, golf with the best of them, slam a case of Diet and Marlboros, and doesn't faze him whatsoever. The man up John Daly. I got a 3-way tie. John Daly, Ric Flair, Dale Earnhardt.
Wow.
Well, as
Never
John
really.
Daly says, you can't hurt fat. You can't pull fat. Remember that.
Oh, yeah. The best thing is to tan fat, and you don't look so fat.
That's right.
Yep.
Thomas.
Well, Ed took one of my answers. I had two. I was going to say the best athlete I've ever seen and the best athlete I've never seen. Best athlete I'd never seen. I agree with that. Jim Thorpe. The stats are just phenomenal. I mean, the shit that he did in almost every sport. The athlete that I've watched that I think is the greatest athlete is Bo Jackson. The guy was unbelievable, and I just shudder to think what he could have done if he hadn't gotten hurt. And I mean, the physical style helped him in football, but it killed his career in two sports. But I just think he was unbelievable. I don't have his stats here, but he made the All-Stars in both football and the NFL. So I mean, he's just phenomenal. And I don't know, just an aside, if anyone has a chance, read his autobiography. It's unbelievable. Great book.
Tom, I'm going to agree with you. I mean, it was between Dion and Bo. The only reason why I went with Dion was because Dion played longer. And and the thing is that run where he did break his hip that time, it really wasn't. It was just because he was so powerful that he actually took the hip out of his socket.
Yeah,
and that's what happened to him. So I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, but I'm just went with Dion because he went longer, and that's why I didn't go with Bo. I mean, because to see Bo run up on the wall like that was pretty badass and impressive that time. And to see him break a bat over his knee was just.
There's no wrong answer except John Daly. I mean,
and
John Daly
is
is
NASCAR
a
a sport?
legend.
I'll go. I totally agree about the Jim Thorpe thing. Athlete I've never seen, but the legend. One of the first sports books I ever read as a kid in elementary school was short version of Jim Thorpe's life, and I was amazed by it. I didn't even realize that he had an NHL influence back in the day, and he played every sport imaginable. If it was something that he could play, he played it, and he was first multi-sport athlete before it was even a thing, and even before sports were even televised. So that goes to show you. And I got to go biased on this one. I'm going to hit it with the hockey. I got to go Gretzky, the greatest hockey player I've ever seen. He was the Michael Jordan of his era. Came along where everybody was moving slower than him. The stats are off the chart. I mean, multiple 200 goals, 200-point seasons. That 92 goals in a league where these guys are supposed to be goal scorers now can't even touch that 92 goals. Fastest player to 1,000 points was Wayne Gretzky. My favorite trivia question of all time, hockey wise. Second fastest player to 1,000 points was Wayne Gretzky. He did 2,000 points faster than anybody in NHL history did 1,000. So, I mean, that's my pick. It's somebody that I grew up watching, amazed by it. He was a Flyers killer in the Stanley Cup the two times they played him. And just my guy, my pick. I'm going to date myself on this one because, I'm just coming off like an old timer, but prove me wrong. When Ovi beats his goal scoring mark, it'll be something because I thought his stats would never be touched. But that's my pick, Wayne Gretzky. I'm not going to get long-winded with it. So I think there's no wrong answer. I mean, if you grew up watching sports, you have a favorite, you have somebody you were drawn to. But I agree with the Jim Thorpe. Great pick, Ed. Great way to start it off. Great email. I think this is another thing like best sports movie of all time. We could spend a whole half an hour talking about that, and maybe we'll revisit it maybe later on for more content. So we'll put a pin in that. And Thomas, we're going to talk fantasy sports. So we're going to talk quick some baseball, or you want to keep it moving? Your call.
I'll do a quick baseball thing. It's baseball, the series right now, both series are really good. Astros climbed back from a 2-0 hole. They're up 3-2, and they play tonight. I'm rooting for the Rangers because I'd love to see the Rangers in Philly in a World Series. I think that would be just a fun series to watch. It's two softball teams playing.
Climb back my ass. They hit Adolis Garcia and stole the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
That damn game.
It's baseball, bro. It's playoffs. We're talking about the playoffs.
Now,
MLB reviewed it. He's suspended for 2 games. Climb back because that was a dirty play. I was beyond pissed off. I mean, took it. He should have took his base and called it, right? But they did it on purpose because they knew there was tension there. They had to pull something out because they was about to pissed.
Brad's dial-up is buffering like crazy on this end. me and Tom, every time me and Tom start laughing, it's because Brad's buffering like crazy.
Coming in slow on my end too. I don't know what's going on.
all right. So I'll get into the Tom Shitty picks.
Tom Shitty picks.
Tom
Let's
Shitty
go.
picks. Buy the shirt. Stop
Buy
being
the
so
shirt.
cheap.
Stop being
All
cheap.
Buy
right.
a shirt.
Buy a hat. Buy a shirt. Stop being
Going
cheap.
into this past week, I had taken Josh Allen. Now they lost today. I can't believe it. I mean, that's another story. But he had a pretty good game. 265 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He had 17 yards rushing with a touchdown. And depending on what fantasy which fantasy thing you use, he got between 24 and 29 points. So that's a pretty good week for a quarterback. So this week, I'm trying to go away from quarterbacks, and I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill when they play the New England Patriots next week. I think his speed, I don't think the Patriots, with all their injuries on defense, I don't think they can handle him. I think he's going to have a big day.
That is going to be a huge day for fantasy football for Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
Tom Shitty picks. You got to buy a shirt. So, Tom, what do you think? We're going to jump into this NFL stuff. I believe, what is it? We're halfway through the season already, right?
We're going up to week 8. Yes, these are the picks for week 8. And it's a 16-game slate again this week. So, all right. Game 1, Thursday night, the Buffalo Bills are at home against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Andy.
Give me Thurman Thomas to block with the Bills.
Ed.
I believe that Steve Tasker and the Buffalo Bills are going to come and take it after what I saw with the Pirates today.
How about you, Brad?
And I was going to say butt Pirates, but I couldn't go there. You know.
Oh man,
You can say it.
just say it.
Butt Pirates.
Turvy world in the NFL this week, so I'm gonna go with
Who'd you go with, Brad? We missed it.
Yeah, you
All right,
buffered
I'm
again,
gonna go-
Brad.
One more time.
the Bills.
All right, all right.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I agree. I'm going with Buffalo. I think they're going to be pissed off from this week. The last 2 weeks, really, they haven't played well at all. So I'm
Tom,
going with
let me pause you. I think Brad's doing his podcast from the submarine this week.
Bro, I don't know what's going on.
Game 2, the Dallas Cowboys at home against the LA Rams. Andy.
See, I'm here to make friends. So I'm going to pick the Cowboys because I don't really know Brad, but I'm trying to get to know Brad.
Ed.
Well, you know, I'm just going to say is Jim Everett's not walking out that door, so I'm going with the Cowboys.
All righty. Brad, I'll ask. I know where it's going.
Rams.
Yeah, you know, Cowboys. I don't even think the Rams are that good of a football team right now. We'll lock this one up.
I don't think your internet's that great this week either.
I don't know,
Yeah, well, you
Game-
fixed the satellite? Come on.
right?
Geez,
Game 3.
Stop stealing cable, Brad.
Stealing the internet from my neighbors.
Game 3, the Green Bay Packers at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Andy.
Hey, caramba, Vikings.
Ed.
I'm going to go with the Packers, man.
Oh,
How about you, Brad?
Did y'all get that one?
Nope.
The Packers.
Okay.
One word
I'm
answers,
going with
Brad.
Minnesota.
One word answers, brother.
I'm not a Jordan Love fan. I think he's overrated. I'm going with Minnesota. I think they're the more desperate team.
Tom, are you more of a Brandy Love fan?
Yes.
Okay, good man. Good man.
Next game, Tennessee Titans at home against the Atlanta Falcons. Andy.
Falcons?
All righty. Ed.
I'm going to go with the Falcons.
All righty. Brad. One more time.
Falcons.
All right. And
What is
Tennessee-
going on?
Your internet, that's what's going on.
Tennessee, I think they have the bye week. I think they're going to come back and they're going to get a win.
You better go and tighten that splitter you got going on.
Next game, the Indianapolis Colts at home against the New Orleans Saints. Andy,
I'm going to say Saints.
Ed,
Definitely not the Saints.
not the Saints. Okay. All right. Brad,
Colts.
Colts. All right. We got you that one. All right. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Saints on this one. This one, it's kind of a toss-up to me. Next game, Miami Dolphins at home against the New England Patriots. Andy.
Fish.
All righty. Ed?
Andre Tippett is not walking out that door, so I'm going with the Fish, man. I can't believe I'm going to say it again, but
Brad?
Dolphins.
All righty. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a clean sweep.
I think the Dolphins are going to the Super Bowl, no?
They got a good team.
I just threw that out there.
Good
Next-
team.
Next game, New York Giants at home against the New York Jets. Andy.
The Battle of New York, huh?
Yep.
Hey, caramba. I'll go Giants.
All righty. Ed?
well, I'm just going to say this is Jeff Hostetler and Phil McConkey are not walking out that door, so I'm going to go with the Jets.
All right. All right. How about you, Brad?
Jets.
I'm going with the
Did y'all
Jets
hear
as
me?
well.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Jones, I think that even if he plays, I think that Jets defense is going to be all over him. All right. Next game, Pittsburgh Steelers at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Andy.
I'll take Tony Khan and the Jags.
Ed?
I'm going to go with the Jags, man.
All right.
After what they did to the Saints on Thursday night, which I couldn't see because they blacked it out on the
Oh.
local regional feed, which was stupid.
Oh,
Just
you mean
saying.
kind of like Brad's internet?
Yeah, pretty much exactly like that.
How
It's
about you,
not
Brad?
my fault.
How about you, Brad?
I'm gonna go with the Jags.
I am also going with the Jags. Next game, the Washington Commanders at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. Andy.
Philly.
All right. Ed.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
All righty. How about you, Brad?
E.
The Eagles.
All right.
God damn.
Yeah, I know.
And the internet didn't break on that one either.
I'm going. It's a clean sweep. I'm going with the Eagles as well. I think they're just a way better team. Next game.
Can you pause right there, Tom? I think this this section of this week's football picks is sponsored by Brad's cerebral palsy awareness. Oh man,
I thought we were pausing for station identification.
Yeah, where's Jerry Jewell when we need her?
What
Look it
is
up.
going on?
Google Jerry Jewell.
All right. Next game,
I'm
Carolina
running on
Panthers
fumes.
at home against the Houston Texans. Andy.
Panthers, please.
All righty. Ed.
I'm going to go with the Texans.
All righty. Brad.
Jeez, Texans.
Yep. I agree. I think CJ Stroud's just much better right now than Bryce Young.
When
Next
you watch this, if you watch this episode back, it's going to be hilarious. Might be the most fun we've had without having any fun. But
Next game, Seattle Seahawks at home against the Cleveland Browns. Andy.
Seahawks.
All right. Ed.
Jim Brown is not walking through that door, and Mr. Massage, I don't believe that he's going to be playing, so I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
All righty. How about you, Brad?
Seahawks.
Yep. Same. I'm going the same way. I think Seahawks at home going to wipe them out. Next game, the Denver Broncos at home against the Kansas City Swifts. Andy.
I'll go Broncos.
All righty. Whoa. All right, Ed.
Whoa.
Damn. Yeah, I'm just going to have to say that John Elway is certainly not walking out that door. So I'm going with the Chefs.
All righty. How about you, Brad?
Chiefs. God damn it.
All right, I'm
Word.
going with KC as well. I just think that's way better team. Next game, the Arizona Cardinals at home against the Baltimore Ravens. Andy.
Shake it off, Brad.
Ravens.
All righty. Ed.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
All righty. How about you, Brad?
Ravens.
Brad's feed has CTE.
I'm also going with Baltimore. I think they're just a better team overall. Next game, the San Francisco 49ers are at home against the Cincinnati Bengals. Andy.
Give me the Bengals.
Right.
The band.
Eddie.
Well, I do like Joe Burrow, but I'm gonna go with the Niners, even though they're out pretty banged up.
Yep. Brad.
My dark horse pick of the week, Bengals.
All righty. I'm going with the 49ers, but I agree. They got so many injuries. It depends on who plays. All right. The Sunday night game next week. Lousy game. The Chargers are at home against the Chicago Bears. Andy.
Bears, I guess.
All righty. Ed.
I'm gonna have to go with. Even though Lance Allworth is not scheduled to play, I'm gonna go with the Superchargers.
All righty. How about you, Brad?
Chargers.
Yep. I'm going with the Chargers as well. I just think overall a better team, better quarterback. Next game.
Crappy coach though.
Yes. Next game is Monday night. It's the Detroit Lions against the Las Vegas Raiders. Andy.
The Raiders don't lose on Monday night.
Okay. Ed.
That's an awfully big lock you got there, Killer. I'm gonna go with the Lions, man.
All righty. Brad.
Lions.
Yeah.
Lions for that one.
I'm going with Lions too. I think they're just Raiders right now. No matter who the quarterback is, I mean Hoyer, O'Connell, they just don't have a very cohesive unit right now. All right, Andy.
Maybe it's the play caller.
That could be.
I don't know.
Andy,
So-
that's all you know.
A lot of fun doing the football picks. Yet to watch a game this year, so it's all organic. Kind of like Brad's feed this week. It's you don't know what you're gonna get.
Brad must be going green over there.
I think so.
It says I have full.
Right? Yeah.
It
and you
says he
just-
has full power and it buffers.
I love it. I love it. Knock on your neighbor's door and see if he's got better internet than you do.
He's stealing my internet. That's what it is.
You gotta shut off the browser's feed in the background.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
So I don't know if we had any chance to talk any wrestling lately, but WWE's heating up. They had over 2 million views on SmackDown last week. That was pretty epic for the last couple of years. It's been tough for cracking 1 million views for their viewership. So the wrestling scene in WWE is definitely heating up. So they're actually moving SmackDown to, I believe, NBC for a primetime spot for the first time in, I think, the history of, any wrestling being on primetime TV. So that's something to watch. Especially with them merging with UFC and Endeavor, they fully pushed Vince McMahon out, and they brought Triple H in charge of creative full time. So as we get going and we're looking for more stuff to talk about, this stuff to watch, and I don't know if any of you guys saw it, but Sting's retiring in February officially. And when they had shown some footage of Sting doing his little monologue talking about retirement, they panned the side where the camera shoots, and it seemed to be kind of dead. So AEW was going through a little dry spell. I don't know if it's the cracks are starting to show, like we had kind of mentioned here and there. And I hope they're not going the route of how TNA had a really good start and then they kind of fizzled out, and now you don't really hear anything about Impact. And go ahead, Tom.
I was just going to say, speaking of TNA, Impact just announced that their pay-per-view last night that they're switching their name back to TNA.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's news to me. So, wrestling's always on the pulse of things to talk about. So we'll stay tuned with that. And Tom, you want to do our album of the week intro, and we'll
Sure.
put that in right here for our YouTube people.
Sure. All right. This week's record of the week is brought to you by Purchase Street Records, which is located at 53 Pope's Island, Unit 2, New Bedford, Mass. Or you can go online and visit them at purchasestreetrecords.com. Or if you're on Facebook, they have a Facebook page, so check them out. Purchase Street Records is Southern New England's largest independent record store.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Mike from All Out War. Stopping by at one of my favorite record stores, Purchase Street Records. Good friend Roger. My pick of the week, Celtic Frost to Megatheron, going way back.
Good job. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. That's for our YouTube watchers and followers, and check out their great album last week. It was Boston, their first album. That's one of my favorites, top to bottom. That's top notch for me. So that being said, we got about 10 minutes left. I just got the alert for it on this wonderful Zoom that we use, the free version, because we're rubbing nickels together as always. Posted a couple good best ofs. I thought I posted a really good one this week. With Ed was going off about co-host and things like that. That was a good one. I seemed to get some good traction with that on YouTube. So I had some. When I do the best ofs, I forget some of the things we talk about, because sometimes stuff's in a blender and we forget about certain aspects of it. So it's fun to go back and do those clips and kind of see kind of the fun stuff that we talk about. But if you look at those, go back and look at almost all 35 episodes, almost every caption of us, we're smiling, we're having fun. So I guess as a whole, that's kind of what we're shooting for. I don't know if you guys agree.
That's really important, man.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that why we're doing this?
Yeah, look
Having
at
fun,
everything that gets posted on YouTube. And I picked a caption to use for the episode. It's always somebody's smiling. They got a goofy face or something. It's awesome. So when I go back and do those best subs, I just start laughing. Not as much as when I see Brad's internet feed, but kind of close.
Oh man.
So let's do a little round table for shout outs. Ed, what do you got this week?
Well, I first and foremost, I want to start out with congratulations to Bill Belichick, 300 wins, NFL. That's pretty awesome. Still supporting the Pats. Mike Vrabel, Dante Scarnecchia, Ring of Fame, Hall of Fame, New England Patriots. That's pretty awesome. Also, just baseball's been pretty exciting. I think it's going to be some pretty good series coming down here to the wire. And then I just want to touch base. I'm going to kick it back to you guys. How do we feel about this new NFL policy that they have on Thursday night games, where they pretty much black out the local area, other than pretty much the immediate 60-mile area? Where on Thursday night down here, we didn't get to see the Saints game over here in the landmass and that type of thing, because
Is it because they didn't sell out? I know it used to be if they didn't sell out, they black out the game.
No, but I mean, it wasn't on a local channel down here. So
yeah,
I mean, I understand the local blackout rules. I mean, I get it, but apparently the script writers didn't get it.
That's all.
Brad, hop on that. You got a blackout rule going right now.
Brad, can you speak in one-word sentences, please?
Can you hold up cue cards, please?
Yeah, you want me to write it? It says my internet's out again.
Oh, it is.
My one shout out is
it's a good one.
I'm just impressed at the beginning of the podcast. You said
that's a good one, Brad.
You know how to read,
buddy. Hey, just to catch up on piggyback off one thing Ed said. He was talking about Belichick. It leaked out today that Belichick has actually signed an extension in the offseason with the Pats. So there's been a lot of talk, especially this past week on all the talk radio, on whether or not he would either leave, retire, whatnot after the season. Well, it looks like he's going to be around a while because he signed an extension. And The only thing else I have to say is I have a shout out to my carpenter because he's been working on my house for like 3 weeks. He's getting there. The front, we actually have a front now, a front porch. So hopefully another week or so, it's all going to be done. And I'm actually going to have a house that looks like it's built sometime in the century.
So the money you're making from the podcast paid for your porch?
Yes, all 40 cents. Yes.
Nice. I like it. I like it.
Man, that's a hell of a porch.
Yeah. That's one, and that's a nice porch, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a great porch. 40 cents. Woo, man, that doesn't even cover a nail anymore.
Did you have balsa wood or pressed wood for that thing?
Cardboard.
Nice.
Cardboard painted up like it's give it some make it look like it's pressure treated wood. It's all good.
I will have to say this is the most I've laughed in the 35 episodes. So I will say thanks, Brad.
Yeah, make it a best of.
So wait till we get to that far. We'll forget all about this episode, and by the time we make the best of, it'll be a trip that when we get that far. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, I just want to kind of wrap everything up. It's another week in the books. Hopefully, everybody just keeps watching, subscribe, share it, talk shit. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Just watch it and leave some comments. Send some emails. Still got plenty of emails to go through. Try to keep them relevant. There's some stuff I'm sitting on for after football season, and when we get more into other things, and we'll try to get some more people back on. People have been asking when they can come back on, and I'm just trying to do some some good scheduling with stuff, and still combing the internet for another co-host for the show, right, Edward?
Yeah, I believe that that may not happen, but it would be nice if she'd actually answer it. But I'm gonna have to. I'll hit her up again. But I think that it is going to be a capital N and a capital O if I want to go back to my SWS days when I used to try to go into sales operations, if you will.
I gotcha. So with that being said, we're gonna sign off this week. So for the two of us and Brad's internet, we're out this week. Look at.
See ya.
There you go.
Check you later.